Yo, what is good, YouTube fam? It is your boy Joe Fit Johnson back at it again, bringing y'all some fire content.
I made way too much in a week, must be 250 at least. Like the money just grew off a tree, like the money just came in for free.
So today on this episode, I want to talk about why I stopped bodybuilding and the different types of training I've implemented instead. Now, I'm going to be dropping a lot of sauce. I'm going to be giving you guys a little bit of the background of my journey and how it's evolved over time. That's something important to understand, that fitness is a journey. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You're gonna evolve into different types of training, and that's the whole purpose. Now, if you guys don't know, my name is Joseph Johnson, Joe Fit Johnson, originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota, currently living in Bali. The last few years, I've lived in between Los Angeles, New York, and even London. And the reason why I have to give you guys my background story is because of bodybuilding, because of fitness. I looked up to guys like David Lade, Christian Guzman. I wanted to be a fitness influencer at that time. Now, I grew up the skinny guy. I was always an athlete. I played basketball, but I always struggled with gaining muscle mass. Always struggled with gaining weight. This is until I actually started studying and working with bodybuilders, where I was able to put on 20 pounds of muscle / fat in 6 months. This changed everything. This inspired the move from Minnesota to Los Angeles. Now, once I got to Los Angeles, I continued bodybuilding. I was training at the Mecca, Gold's Venice if you don't know. But inside, I always dreamt about being a model, but I didn't know how to get into modeling. I had no idea. I was just a guy from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Nobody I knew was modeling at the pinnacle or the stages that I wanted to get to. So the only thing that I knew to do is to go to open calls. I went to visit agencies, and at that time I was bodybuilding. Now, none of the agencies directly in LA told me that I was too big, but it wasn't until I found my mother agent in New York that told me, like, hey bro, you're too big. If you want to model in New York, you're gonna have to cut down. So that started my journey of cutting all the muscle mass, not all, but cutting down the muscle mass that I worked so hard to build. Started because I wanted to become a model. Not only that, but as I embarked on this journey of cutting down and starting to train more calisthenics, due to New York, it's not a big gym culture, right? You're usually outside on the bars, you're walking a lot, especially in modeling, you're running and walking and going to showrooms, pulling clothes, 5 shoots a day. It was very, so eating in a calorie surplus anyways was very challenging. So naturally I cut down, started training more calisthenics, and I realized, like, sure, I could deadlift 300 pounds, sure, I could squat 300 pounds, but I was not strong in calisthenics, Now, I wasn't new to calisthenics. Calisthenics is something that I've always trained. Even when I was bodybuilding, I still did muscle ups, I still did weighted pull-ups, weighted dips. But I wasn't able to fully control my body weight in the ways that I did once I continued to evolve. Now, this evolution led me into combat. Again, something that I've always been inspired to do is to be a martial artist, right? So even when I was bodybuilding, I was shadow boxing, right? But like I've explained in other videos, with bodybuilding comes tight muscles, lack of mobility, lack of functional strength, lack of body control. Sure, you can move a weight from A to B, but running miles, lifting my leg up for a kick, being able to throw punches loosely and fluidly was a lot harder with all this stiff muscle mass. So calisthenics opened up a new world, and not only opened up a new world, but a new level of training where it allowed me to have both strength, mobility, and functionality. Now, don't get me started on running, because I started running in New York because, again, you gotta adapt to your environment. I was training calisthenics, go to the park. I would run to the park, train calisthenics, run back, right? And I hated running. But again, this evolved into much more. I continued running in LA. Everywhere I travel, I continue running, and it became a therapeutic outlet, right? Still to this day, running is very therapeutic, but yeah, it was an evolution. So essentially, the reason why I stopped bodybuilding by itself is because of the lack of limitation of performance, right? And when we talk about being a hybrid athlete, it's being able to be ready so you don't have to get ready, whether that be snowboarding, surfing, combat, rock climbing, just being athletic, being able, right? Being capable. This is what training means to me, right? And longevity, right? Bodybuilding and lifting these heavy weights all the time, putting all this stress into your body. We're also going to go into nutrition, right? The bodybuilding protocol, the bodybuilding propaganda is not truly healthy for the body, right? These pre-workouts, these low quality proteins, everything is just about low quality proteins, just protein, but it's really about the quality of foods that we're putting in. You don't hear bodybuilders talking about the gut microbiome. You don't hear bodybuilders talking about low quality proteins, like where's the proteins coming from, right? You don't hear bodybuilders talking about true organic produce. You don't, and then a lot of times, a lot of bodybuilders have acne, back knee, skin problems, you know, fatigue, etc. So like, yeah, these high protein, like it will change your body. And don't get me wrong, no matter if you're doing calisthenics, you know, hybrid training, in a sense, you're still bodybuilding, right? You're still wanting to, you know, build a better back, build arms, etc. But at the end of the day, the intention is different, right? Like, yeah, you're still building a physique, but you're also building a physique that can perform. So what I recommend, and I talked about this in another video, is like, yeah, still bodybuild, still lift weights. I'm not saying to do that, but also implement hybrid, implement running, implement mobility days, implement things that are going to implement your weaknesses, right? And again, it depends on your goals. Everybody's different. Everybody doesn't want to train combat, be a martial artist. Everyone doesn't want to run or do high rocks. Everyone doesn't want to swim. But for me, in my vision, I want to be able, right? Whether that be at 50, 60, 70, I want to be able to run, jump, flip, kick, surf, snowboard, climb, etc. Right? Now, I think it's a beautiful thing when bodybuilders, because there are some guys that are bodybuilders, absolutely jacked and can move. I think that that's beautiful, right? To have that size, to have that mass, to have that strength, and be able to be agile, that's a fucking, you're a monster. Shout out to y'all. Right? So that's still the goal. The goal is still to build muscle, to pack on size, but in a way that's more conductive for my health, right? Like, I like to eat a lot of fruit. I like to eat organic proteins, organic pasteurized eggs. I don't want to just be looking for protein in any type of slop manner, any type of whey protein, any type of protein bar, protein cookie. Like at the beginning when you're undergoing body recomp, we understand, because being able to get that high amount of protein and looking for protein in everything that you're eating, it helps for body recomp. But it becomes a point in evolution where it's like, okay, I'm doing body recomp, I've seen a lot of results, I'm transforming my body, how can I continue to elevate? And continuing to elevate is being intentional and conscious about the quality of foods that you're putting into your body. I would highly recommend you all look into your gut health, right? Your gut is known as your second brain, right? Everything stems from the gut, from your brain, brain fog, energy, skin, hormones. You know, a lot of women that I work with, a lot of women in general that struggle with PCOS and just struggle with bad period cramps, all these different things. Whatever the ailment be, 9 times out of 10, it stems from the gut health. So I always recommend, one, research, learning. That's another beautiful thing about this journey, right? A lot of the clients that I work with, I meet them where they're at, right? So if somebody, there could be somebody that's starting off with, you know, they're still eating McDonald's, they're still eating fast foods, they're still eating these low quality foods. I'm not gonna, you know, get right at them and tell them, you know, oh, let's go plant-based, oh, let's go pure organic. Like, no, you gotta crawl before you can walk, but it's an evolution. It's a journey that continues to peel back layers like an onion, right? You might start off for bodybuilding, and then you get into this, and then you get into this, and then you might get into fucking yoga wheels, and then you might get into silks, and then you might get into climbing, and then you might get into whatever it may be, but you have allowed yourself to go on that journey. And the number one thing that I always recommend is consistency. Because behind anything, in order to master anything, especially shit that's hard, like calisthenics, like transforming your body, it's consistency, right? And one thing that I would say, and I talk about all the time, is the power in having a foundation in calisthenics is so important, because there's a lot of people that think that they need a gym, right? The truth is, you don't need a gym, chat. And when you master your body weight, and when you know how to train with your body weight, you can use any type of environment to get a great workout in. So yeah, I'm kind of getting ate up out here. Let me, yeah, to sum all that up, man, everyone's journey is different. Again, the foundation of changing your body, even if you don't want to hop on stage and be a bodybuilder, is still bodybuilding, right? I still technically bodybuild because I want to build my shoulders, I want to build my legs, but my ideology, my philosophy around how I eat, how I train, how I move, how I split is not the foundation of bodybuilding anymore. Now, if you're interested in hybrid training, if you want to tap in, if you want to get more into functional movement, moving like a weapon, having higher energy, being able to see your abs, being able to get lean, being able to build lean muscle, tap in with me, tap in with the community. You can hit the link down below in the description, where you'll be able to access training programs, nutrition plans, access to me to ask questions. If I get 50 comments under this video that says hybrid, I will give you guys a free hybrid split training program. This is outside of the community. This is just something free for y'all to use as a foundation of how to split up your workouts, how to progress your workouts, as a thank you to you for supporting me. So yeah, I'm getting ate up a little bit by the mosquitoes. We're out here in Bali, man. Again, if you want to tap in, if you want to move like a weapon, it's all a journey. It's a beautiful journey, chat. You feel me? Don't rush your process. trust your process. And yeah, hit the subscribe, tap in with your boy. Hope this was helpful.